Welcome to the second episode of Google ADK. And in this episode, we are going to talk about a simple agent development. We are going to develop a simple agent and we are going to learn how the framework is and what are the features of it. So let's right. So if you if you see this diagram, there are three parts. Before I directly dive into the scripting, I would like to explain this. These are the three pillars you can call it in Google ADK. The first one is model agnostic. What is model agnostic? Model agnostic means we could deploy Gemini or any models. We could consume any models. Gemini is one of the best models now in the market, and we could consume any models and our own models. That is called as a model agnostic. And the second one is deployment agnostic. We can run this locally or we can run it on any cloud partners. It is just not restricted with the Google. We could also run it on Microsoft or Azure or on premises too. And interoperability means we can integrate this with existing tools and services, right? So these are three pillars. So also two important features that I am personally liking in Google ADK. The first one is the first one is it is having a bi-directional audio and video experience. Means it's a multi-modal. Whenever we are interacting with an agent, no, we can talk with an agent either by audio or with a video. That is called bi-directional audio and video streaming. And the second one is ADK Web. So if you compare with the other frameworks for testing and for setting up the infrastructure to agent is little complex. But in ADK, testing it, debugging it, and visualizing the agent is simpler. You just have to write the command ADK web. If you're testing in locally, it would host to one of your local ports 8000 or 8002. You can also write the port, whatever port you need. Once you write this command, automatically it will give you an experience of testing your agents. I'm going to show that very shortly now. Deep dive into the implementation. This agent development kit ADK. This is it's a Python backed framework, so I would suggest with a I think I heard they're releasing in Java too. So once you come here, I've shown you how you can set up this. So what I've done is I've installed Visual Studio Code. Likewise, you can follow me. And the first step is setting up the virtual environment. Once you come here, then create a new virtual environment. VENV is my virtual environment name. So I'm going very slow. The reason is if someone is a beginner learning Python, so it would be helping them also. So you could see the virtual environment here. The second step is you have to activate it. So if you are in Windows, the command is VNV scripts activate. If you are in Mac, if you are using a Mac, it is VNV bin slash activate. Activate this. So you see this here, VNV, your virtual environment is activated. Then you want to install the dependencies. For that, the best practice is always create requirements.txt and define the required libraries. For this, we need Google ADK. Go with that. Okay. Install the dependencies. Pip install or requirements.txt. So it's gonna take some time because Google ADK is a big package. Finally it's installed. Let's test what version we have installed. Pip show Google ADK version is 1.32. Yeah, this is the first few versions. Okay, so the next step is we have installed the dependencies and we have created a virtual environment. So the next step is going here and starting the process. Creating an agent is from the ADK is altogether a different steps. If you compare with other frameworks, this is very simple. Everything we can do at our fingertips. So ADK create my agent. You could change this name from my agent to any name. So here ADK create my agent. So ADK is already installed. So they are going to show you some prompts. You have to select the options. It is as simple as that. Perform that. We have to you have to go to Azure AI, sorry, Google AI Studio. So if you see here, for generating an API key, we need an API key because it is performing on some models. The answers, whatever you're getting, is from some models. So you want to generate an API key. First, for that, you have to sign up to Google AI Studio. If you haven't created your login IDs and everything, what I would suggest is create a new one. So here you go. Choose a model for the root agent, Gemini 2.5 Flash or other models. If you are going with another models, it's a different process. We have to invoke a light LLMs. If you are going with the Gemini native models, then it is very simple. You have to just click one, and then it's going to give you an option: Google AI, Vertex AI, login with Google. So I would go with a Google IF for this episode. Let's keep very simple. Let's learn step by step. So let's click one. So enter the Google API key. For that, we have to go back here, click API key. No projects available. So I think we have to create a project. I would go with the default name and create key. Key is getting created. I can copy the API key. So I'm not masking it. The reason is I'm going to delete it post the demo, because do not share this key with anyone, because right now we are in the free tier. So if you are consuming it more, it's going to convert into a paid tier. So then you have to attach your credit cards or debit cards for consuming it. So for the free tier, for educational purpose, you can consume this. So Gemini 2.5 Flash, and this is my key. And here you go, you it created a my agent folder. Inside that we have a constructor class, and we have .env. I think here we do have API key, which is stated here, and then we have agent.py. Isn't it awesome? So we have a definition here. If you see, this is the main script. It imported ADK, and here you go from the line number 3 to 8. It is a definition. It is an agent definition. In the agent definition, if you see in any frameworks, the agent definition looks almost similar. We have a model name, we have a description, and we have instructions. So I'm not just going with this. For this, I'm going to create a new agent with a new description and instruction. So name, I would like to keep the same, and I would like to add one more library, Google search, because I want my agent to search in Google, so I need to use this Google search. Google search is not installed in the dependency, so I would like to install that. Go back to the requirements.txt and just add it over here, and then reinitiate your pip command. Installed, and I have modified my script, so I have changed the description. What this agent is doing is, this agent is a chef, right? It suggests you the recipes. uh, Specifically in South Indian, it is mastered in South Indian culinary, and you're an expert in South Indian cooking assistant specialized in authentic recipes from Karnataka, Kerala, all the states from the South India, and provide clear step by step. So everything. So, and the instruction being same: answer your question, answer user questions to the best of your knowledge. And the tools is Google search. Tools is something like user defined functions in Python, right? So here, for the tools, we are adding Google search. If you observe, for the Google search, we have added here, and we have added the same. We do not want to create any other functions. It's as simple as that. So we are done with the setup. The next step, what we want to do is to run this. Is just 10 lines of code, right? And for running this, I can directly use ADK Web. Observe in this left panel, we have my agent. Inside my agent, we have a constructor class .env and agent.py. Once we are running this ADK Web, it's going to create some other files. You see the ADK got created here. And you see the ADK web server started for local testing, access this IP address. It is in the 8000 port. If the 8000 port is busy, you can actually write ADK web hyphen hyphen 8001. So it's going to host it over there. So here you go. This is a landing page, and as I said, ADK web is useful for testing, debugging, and visualizing the agents. So I'm going to click the agent which I have developed. It is my agent, and then I can also click on streaming. So, and then say hi. If you see here, um, as we are using this Gemini 2.5, sometimes you're going to see this high traffic. There's a spike in demand. This is because of high traffic. This is absolutely free. Because of that, many would be trying the same model. The traffic is more. So if you have an access to other Gemini models, you could use that, and you can invoke that using Google AI Studio. Here, sometimes if you see this message, do not panic. Write it one more, or type it once again. So hi, it's going to state I'm a South Indian cooking master, a chef. So whether you're looking for a new recipe, so I just asked the recipe for rasam. So I'm going to get this. So if you see the whole screen, there are multiple things where you can know. If you observe here, so we have request and response, right? This request is response is for the traces. So you get complete locks, okay? And we have the events. Events is nothing but uh, it make more sense if you are using a multi AI agent. So it's going to give you kind of a graph. So from which agent the which agent got invoked, right? Isn't it great? So definitely in the coming episodes, we are going to deep dive into many features in Google ADK. Tune in to my channel, subscribe to my channel Lazy. Do not be lazy, and watch my other episodes. Also have done episodes on Azure SDKs, particularly on Azure platform using OpenAI models. So subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.